Once upon a time, in a kingdom made of spun sugar and lollipop woods, there lived a little girl named Ellie, who loved blowing bubbles more than anything in the world. She would blow bubbles all day long, little square bubbles and triangle bubbles, even star-shaped bubbles. And every evening before bed, she'd blow one giant bubble and send it floating up to the moon. One day, while playing in the garden, Ellie wanted to blow the biggest bubble ever. So she took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and blew. The bubble grew bigger and bigger, wider than the tree, taller than the chimney, until finally it burst through the clouds and into the sky. Oh dear, Ellie had never blown a bubble this big before. What if it popped? Then all her hard work would be for nothing. As the giant bubble floated higher and higher, it grew larger and larger. Soon it was as big as a house and looked just like a shiny silver balloon. Ellie held her breath and watched as the bubble drifted over the hills and out of sight. Then suddenly a voice echoed through the air. "Well, hello there! Did someone just send me up here?" Ellie gasped. The bubble was talking. "Are you the bubble fairy?" she cried. "You must be very powerful. Please don't pop," she added, suddenly feeling very shy. The bubble floated back down, slowly at first, then faster and faster, until it landed with a soft thud right in front of Ellie. "I am not the bubble fairy," said the bubble. "I am your wish. Now use me wisely, Ellie, for I am no ordinary bubble." Before Ellie could say a word, the bubble drifted away, floating above the rooftops and beyond the hills. Ellie stared after it, wishing she could talk to it again. She wished she could ask it what it meant by "use me wisely" and how she could use her wish. But then Ellie remembered she had a whole bottle of bubble solution left. So she took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and blew. The new bubble floated up to meet the first one. "Excuse me," she called. "Can you please come back? I want to ask you something." The bubble wobbled and quivered, then slowly began to drift back down. "What do you want to know, Ellie?" it asked. Ellie thought for a moment. "Will my bubble pop?" "No, silly," the bubble replied. "You blew me with bubble solution, not soap. That's why I won't pop. You see, when you blow bubbles with soap, they pop because their skin is too weak. But bubbles blown with bubble solution are stronger and will last forever. That's why I'm not your wish anymore. You need to make a real wish." "Oh, okay," said Ellie, but she still felt a little unsure. "So how do I know which wish is a real wish?" The bubble floated closer. "It has to be something you really, really want, something that will make you happy forever." Ellie considered this. She could wish for a pony. She'd seen the royal children riding their ponies through the lollipop woods. How wonderful that would be. Or she could wish for a pool full of lemonade and gummy bears, or maybe a mountain of pancakes with chocolate chips and sprinkles. As Ellie thought about her wish, the bubble began to fade. "I need to decide quickly," she whispered. Just then the bubble popped. Not just any pop, though, but a loud, sharp pop like 1,000 tiny bells ringing at once. And as it popped, the wish flew out of the bubble and hovered above Ellie. She stared at the wish, wondering what it was. At first she couldn't believe her eyes. The wish was a brand new bubble, even smaller than the ones she used to play with as a child. And it wasn't just any bubble. It shimmered with every color of the rainbow and sparkled like 1,000 stars. "This is your true wish," said the voice from before. "Now make your wish come true." But Ellie hesitated. As beautiful as the bubble was, she didn't know what to do with it. She wanted to hold on to it, but if she did, it would pop. And if it popped, her wish would be gone forever. Then Ellie had an idea. She grabbed her bubble wand and carefully pushed the wish onto it. The wish swirled around the wand, making perfect rainbow bubbles. And with each pop, a tiny sprinkle of magic appeared above Ellie's head. At first, Ellie thought her wish might be to collect all the sparkles and make them into something beautiful. But as she watched them drift away, she knew that wouldn't make her happy forever. She needed to think of something else. Suddenly, Ellie had an idea. Her neighbor Benny loved blowing bubbles almost as much as she did, and sometimes he would come over and play. Maybe she could make a wish for Benny to get some magical bubbles too. That would make him so happy. And with that, Ellie let go of the wand and closed her eyes. The wish flew up to the sky and disappeared. When Ellie opened her eyes, she saw the most beautiful sight. Above her house were thousands of sparkling bubbles, bigger and brighter than any she had ever seen before. They floated over the rooftops and through the lollipop woods, leaving trails of rainbow magic in their wake. And as they floated, they popped, filling the kingdom with magic. Ellie rushed to find Benny. "Come quick," she cried. "There's magic in the air." Together, Ellie and Benny ran through the lollipop woods, laughing and playing. They chased the bubbles until they reached the edge of the kingdom. And there, floating on a bed of clouds, was the biggest bubble of all. It shimmered with every color of the rainbow and sparkled with magic. Benny gasped. "Can we reach it?" he asked. "Of course," said Ellie. "Close your eyes and hold out your hand." Benny did as Ellie asked, and together they reached inside the bubble and pulled it down to earth. It landed with a soft thud, and the two friends stared at it in amazement. The bubble was a pool full of lemonade and gummy bears, exactly as Ellie had imagined. They spent the rest of the day swimming and playing until it was time to go home. As Ellie drifted off to sleep that night, she thought about her wish. She hadn't wished for a pony or a mountain of pancakes, but something much better. She had wished for her friend to have a magical day, too. And in doing so, she had made not one friend happy, but two. In the morning, Ellie woke up feeling happier than she had ever felt before. Blowing bubbles wasn't just something she loved to do. It was something she loved to share with others, and the more she shared it, the more magic it made. With that, Ellie got dressed, skipped downstairs, and poured herself a bowl of bubble solution. Then she took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and blew.